Hi, my name's Keeley. I'm a Cuddle Therapist, and this is the 5th video in my isolation series where we talk about cultural influences and conditions that create isolation. There are many factors that will create isolation for specific populations in our communities and in our world. And one of those factors is the archetype of how we experience masculinity. Again, almost all of these videos are geared towards my experience in the United States and my knowledge about the United States, but they can be translated to a lot of different spaces and a lot of different locations. And I want to be really clear in that I am in no way saying that all representations and experiences of masculinity are causing isolation in any way. That is the antithesis of what I'm saying. So let me clarify what I am saying. The archetype of man or masculinity, or the gender role of man in our culture, has some tropes along with it, has some commonalities to the experience, certainly not universal, but commonalities. Things like the lack of access to expressing a full range of emotion. It is often seen as very unacceptable for men to express sadness or any emotion that would be deemed soft or vulnerable in any way. The only acceptable emotions, and still scrutinized, are anger or success or happiness. There's also quite a huge burden of and pressure of providing and success and projecting accomplishment and capability that is put unduly and more burdened on people who are in that archetype of man. If you're on this platform, you might have seen the predominance of videos where it is appearingly a cis woman saying, who are the friends that you go to who, when you're like down and out and crying and you just are desperately needing of support, and then the stitch would be a man saying, no one. I go to no one because I have no one in my life that I can trust to present that part of myself to, and it feels safe. It is rare that we teach young boys, young men to feel comfortable with, to know how to express emotional vulnerability, emotional intimacy between themselves. It is almost always the role of a partner, whether heterosexual or not, partner, to only have access to the side of someone deemed or put in the archetype role of masculine or male, to have their vulnerabilities shown to at all. And that is extremely isolating. As human beings, that is a whole entire part of our experience and our existence. To be completely cut off from is incredibly isolating. The resources and tools for this consists of therapy, therapy for one thing, but also creating intentional men's spaces, creating intentional community spaces where the paradigm has shifted, where it is safe and acceptable and welcome and encouraged to have moments of softness, to have moments of gentility, to have moments of sadness that's met with kindness, compassion, acceptance, embracing. Those intentional spaces that we can create, and the courage, it's entirely courageous to take the risk, take the chance to find a person in your life that you can be that with. Find another man in your life that you can be that with, can you show your whole self to, because we don't know the reaction, right? We'll never know that reaction, but the courage it takes to see if, challenge if there are those people that you can start building that relationship with can help with that isolation.